Hi, you guys. I'm back. I think almost out of the woods, maybe not entirely, but I just made a mess of the cards. You know, case in point, I'm a little bit goofy because I got really dehydrated, but better now. And yeah, it's a thing. What I like, you know, the the upside to being sick is it feels so good to just be back to some semblance of not even normalcy, just we got a couple of flippers here. Just life as we know it. It's really lovely to wake up and just feel the difference, the shift. You're okay. And so I think that's our starting point, is just out of the woods, things feel different. And partly because it felt so bad before, that feels pretty wonderful now. So let's see what we got. Missed you guys. Really would have been here if I could. That was a mess. Maybe somebody's a mess too. That's sort of a card of the mess. Can be. It can be conflict. It can be an attempt to resolve something. It can be competition or a block. It's in Wands energy, so it's sort of like everybody may be trying to do the same thing, but they have different approaches, so it ends up as a sort of contention over how do we do this. Sun card. I mean, it might be just regaining happiness, life force. There was the big struggle in fire energy. Five of Wands, and indicates a need for change or change is coming. A Sun card, refreshed, rejuvenated, happy. Happy. Card of Leo, wow. Hermit, another major arcana, card of Virgo. And here we have sort of the external light and the internal light of Hermit. A contemplative energy of perhaps withdrawing from the world while one regains one's footing. I see these stairs, you know, the footing. I mean, what can you do when you're under the weather? You can put your butt in bed and just let your body heal. Or your psyche, or whatever it is, or both. Judgment, another major arcana. You know, relief, release, second chances. And I see this also as like the healing of the body, because there's this rising up out of the corporeal, you know, out of our physical body, this psychic energy that's on the rise. So it looks like it may have been a struggle, but followed by three major arcana, very positive. It was worth it, and it had to happen, whatever this was. What was this? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. Two challenging sword energy cards about thinking or perception. And then on Judgment card, Three of Wands. I mean, that makes sense because Judgment is sort of like what comes next. You know, after this crossroads, this rebirth, this second chance, there's the future opening up in one's energy. No longer this. but maybe this created the opening. You know, maybe sometimes you have to shake things up a bit in order to get to the place where you can look forward to the, both in Wands energy, so look forward to the future. I had a dream, but I'll tell you about that later okay, Six of Wands. On Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a card of fear, anxiety. Often it shows somebody in bed. Traditional right away, the person's in bed. Here they just have a pillow. But it's being plagued by thoughts, and in both images the crows represent the mental energy, and it's not a pleasant one. You can't really tell if the crows are binding this person or trying to undo the knots. Okay. So there's this fire energy victory. Feeling better. Having accomplished something, having done something. Now we're looking toward the future, which looks good. Sun card. And those are a little bit, not opposite energies, but complementary. I mean, the sun is out in the world, and Hermit is in the inner world. And the interface between the two. When they're in sync, things go better. And on Five of Wands, we have Three of Cups. That's a card of friendship, and I'm seeing it now as a little help from my friends, you know. I'll get by. I'm going to try. I'll get high. And I had this, you know, in my hour of need, people were there for me. That's really reassuring, particularly when you live alone. I think it's wonderful to have people who are willing to, you know, step up and help you out. Boy, oh boy. Two of Swords on Hermit. Well, I think that, you know, in part, it's more lousy sword energy. It's crossroads energy, like Judgment, like, you know, and it's a call to new life, Judgment card. But I think this is somebody trying to puzzle something out at a crossroads. What do I do? What am I doing? You know, like, what's happening to me? This person's blindfolded, just like they're at the mercy of something they don't understand. And then in comes this deep understanding of Hermit, you know, internal wisdom, internal self-knowledge. Nine speak to the self. Okay, on Eight of Swords, please. This is going to be a quick one because I can tell I'm getting tired. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. That's fast forward movement. Somebody may be ready to talk now. They'd been stuck before. They couldn't communicate. They felt all tied up. May have had a bad image of themselves. You know, and now they're able to move forward to, there's a fair urgency in this. It's like somebody's hot-footing it. And the journey is in stages. You know, they've got the crossbow, this sort of energy of direction and clarity and hitting the target, and they're hot-footing in. It looks like they have something quite precise to say. You know, it's not like a general, how you doing kind of message. It's on Sun card, King of Wands. Love it. King of Wands is an energy of a do it. It's also a card of Leo. can be seen as a card of divine masculine energy. This one looks pretty, powerful, self-possessed, self-confident. Somebody who could pull themselves out of this. And it may be contention, it may be sort of in their environment, something has shifted from like everybody at odds. Boy, I'm really butterfingers today. Everybody at odds. And then this card of accord. Three of Cups can be a reunion, a gathering. Facing the future together. The future. Card of the future. And waiting for the right time. Waiting for what's coming in. But in this case, it's, I think, waiting for the wave. The emotional forward movement that will get you there. I think it's a really good time to tap into the people around you who care about you. And they're there. They are there. It may have been obscured by some kind of argument, or you may have felt that this person put you in competition with somebody else. But I think they really care about you. Three of Cups. It's a wonderful forward movement in a very positive direction. Page of Pentacles. That can be somebody offering a new beginning. It's not Ace of Pentacles, but it's the page, it's the messenger who is going to deliver a possibility, a starting point. In the energy of Hermit. So it may be somebody who's gone inside and is coming back with something to offer, some sort of takeaway, or they've gotten grounded, so they're able to come back into the world. Pentacles energy, 3D life, down from the mountaintop. They've regained their footing because they've got the path in Hermit. Their footing. And this card always strikes me as somebody who's regained their stability, their footing. They're able to not only stand, but stand on one foot. It's a little bit like, I'm back and stronger still. Owie. Page of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Lousy sword energy. I think somebody's mind, way of thinking has not been gentle these days. There's a card of anguish. I see it as a memory of pain because it's sword energy. But it's something that left this person feeling abandoned and in some kind of blasted landscape. I think it might be even a takeaway. Page of Pentacles from the painful situation. And what was it I said about when you feel awful and then you feel a bit better? Sun card, Six of Wands, Three of Wands, Judgment. They're very positive energies. You come back to life. It's all the sweeter because you've got something big to contrast it to. Tower. Well, this is also like a building block. This Pentacles energy. Something I can work with. Some offer that, or message, or somebody showing up even physically. Like I said with my friends, Three of Cups. to help us over this crossroads moment. And maybe something really dramatic happened in this person's life. Like, I got a virus. I got a stomach bug. Not that big a deal. This is a bigger deal. Card of Scorpio. You know, a real, perhaps emotional collapse. Or the memory of something re-triggers somebody. They're remembering this time when they were, you know, when everything fell apart. And this person is safe here. The little squirrel. Safe from all the craziness around them. What keeps this person safe? Another crappy sword energy card. 5 of Swords. Well, another card that indicates a need for change. And it has to do with understanding, with communication. In traditional Rider-Waite, it shows the battlefield. Here it's more like, I don't understand, I can't hear you, or I don't want to hear you, or you're telling me something, because the crow is squawking right in this person's ear. I can't process what you're saying. Maybe about this tower energy. Or even my own thoughts are, I don't understand. I'm stuck in some kind of circular thinking where my own thoughts are plaguing me. And then it's like breaking free. And overcoming anxiety, fear, and so forth. So what happens with 5 of Swords? Is it this? Yeah, here we have it again, the Ace of Pentacles. Could be an offer of, not necessarily from another person, it could be the self offering the self the stability, some sort of comfort, like you're really here. You may be all up in your head and lost in thought or confused or unable to process your own thoughts or your own self-talk. And I see this as a very calming card. It's the opportunity to get grounded, to begin again. Sorry. Hydrate, hydrate. Anything about Tower to tell us? And this can be abrupt and dramatic change on the emotional level, Scorpio. You know, and again, this need for change. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. And a new starting point. It's sort of like starting fresh. Regaining your divine masculine energy, your mojo, your personal power. And out of all this confusion, 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords, that's kind of wiped away by this. It's almost like, you know, Noah's flood, where let's just have a big reset where everything gets taken away. Because this is water energy, that's what makes me think of the flood. And then there's this chance to start fresh. Yeah, okay. 8 of Cups. That can be leaving a situation. You know, going in search of more love, of more connection, perhaps of a different kind. Or focusing more on friendship. And I don't mean to suggest that friendship is somehow at a tier lower than a romantic relationship, because I don't think it is. You know, in some ways, I mean, they all come and go. Romances, friendships, all of that. are fairly fluid, but there's something abiding about this kind of connection. We face the future together. And maybe that empowers you to face the future yourself. You might be a fire sign, you might be dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, perhaps, or a Virgo. There's quite a lot of significant Pentacles energy, Earth energy, like Virgo, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. And again, to me, this is a card of a fresh start. You know, maybe leaving some sort of situation that was fraught with misunderstandings, miscommunications. And that is interesting. I said something about my dream. I got these two cards in my dream. I dream in tarot. You know, it's kind of a dream language. And these are almost opposite energies. But this is the mental trap, and this is the liberation. So often this, while dramatic and perhaps scary in the moment, because it wipes out the earlier structure or paradigm or relationship or idea of what love is about. You know, we are led in a very positive direction, the love path, but it may entail leaving something behind. Something that ultimately wasn't, you know, you may have loved somebody deeply and it just didn't work. You couldn't get traction. You couldn't, and maybe it was on their side. They couldn't get traction. They were going through something like this. They just didn't have the capacity to do it. They may have wished that they could give you this offer. Not a huge one, but some kind of, you know, a message saying, can we start again, or something like that. You might be in kind of disbelief. What did you say? 5 of Swords. Did I hear you right? You're making an offer of a new beginning? And this might be, you know, thank you, but I'm moving on. You know, all these cards that call for change, we have the dramatic change on the emotional level, and then we have somebody walking on. 2 8s that were in my dream. 16 is moon energy, so it's sort of, this can be, moon can be a card of unknowing, all this sort of energy of like, you know, a fearful unknown. And sometimes we fill in the blanks when we're not getting the information we want. We can catastrophize it. You know, it's all gone, it's wiped out. I had a weird sensation the other day of just suddenly a relationship that had been really dramatic and hard for me. I just suddenly was like, wait a minute, it's as if, I don't know how to describe it even. I just kind of popped out of it. I just saw it for what it was. And it was kind of, okay, you know, that's not viable. That's not going to work. So let me go back to myself. Aces are cards of the self. Find my own stability, my own place in the world, and go in search of the love that is fulfilling. That landscape of moon energy, that what's coming to consciousness. And I think what's coming to consciousness is our own stability, even through confusion. Maybe principally through confusion. 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. I think that's it. Yes, it is. I love you guys. I'll post again soon. because I really think I'm on the other side of it, and so are you. There's still this lingering, like, you know, oh my God, that was horrible. My world fell apart. Not apart. New beginning in 3D, and the ability to move on or move toward something loving. Not Three of Swords, not all this lousy sword energy. And I think it's on the basis of this turning inward and knowing the self. This is who I am. This is what I want. Want isn't quite the right word, but you know what I mean. Drawn toward connection, possibly another connection. Drawn toward it, a second chance. Ooh. We have on the board 2 cards of Scorpio in Tower and in Judgment, Leo in the Sun, Virgo in Hermit, and that's it. And it's a good one. A restart, recharge. We wake up, we feel better. I'll see you next time.